seen.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't watch that part.
Hey, Shawn, so on this
I
fight,
don't know.
Shawn, on this fight, Ryan's fight, do you think it'll go past 7?
I mean, I don't know. I hate making predictions. I do think it'll go more than 4 because I just think that Fortuna's he's got more than enough experience to make sure he tames this young lion for up to 4 rounds at the least, But once you get it to round 7, I think that's where it's actually gonna get interesting. We'll learn a lot about both fighters then. I don't think we'll learn things about Fortuna, but we'll definitely be able to learn about Garcia if this goes 7+ rounds. We'll be able to learn a lot about Ryan.
If he handles things on Saturday, man, does it really make sense to make that Gervonta Davis fight this year next? He feels that December is a good day for it. Both of the teams he claims are talking. Is that fight, is it ready to be done, or do you think that it can still be marinated a bit more in terms of like financial how it could succeed?
I'm gonna give my honest answer. You guys have to consider who's making the call here, and this is really Ryan is the one calling out Tank, and he's the one really pushing for this fight. So what's early to us could be right on time for Ryan. He has his game plan, and then we all have what we think he should do. So I always respect the fighter that have their game plan, know what they want to do, and they go after it.
Shawn, rank the top 3 lightweights for you right now.
Oh Lord, Tank is my #1 guy. I would say Tank, Lomachenko, and then you say Haney, but I mean everybody else is right there. Tank, Loma, Haney. Everybody else is right there.
You think Devin Haney fights Lomachenko in October?
That'd be tight. That'd be tight. Every fight's great, and given there's no injuries in these fights, even win or lose, like the loser should be fighting somebody else. The loser's not supposed to go down the ladder. That should be gone, man. That's a part of boxing that shouldn't exist. You know what I mean? I remember when I was coming up, and there would be guys that were hoping I would lose so that I wouldn't eventually be in line to fight them. But they knew that if I lost, the business of boxing would handle itself, and they wouldn't have to say, I don't want to fight Shawn, or I'd rather fight this guy or that guy, So I think that is a part of boxing that should not exist. If a guy like Ryan Garcia loses to a guy like Lomachenko or loses to Tank Davis, if Ryan isn't injured and Ryan says, hey, everything still is clicking the way I wanted to click, put him in the ring with Haney. Because even though he lost to Tank, he could be Haney. You know what I mean? Like, every fight's great, and we'd be robbing ourselves if we say that this fight isn't worth something because we see one of the guys lose. You know what I'm saying?
But there are exceptions. Noma lost to Salido. Noma hold it against him. He lost to Teofimo. Noma hold it against him. They still say pound for pound, fight the best, right?
Yeah. One more.
Canelo just lost, to Bivol.
Yeah.
You think, now he's in a face Triple G. You think he can come back and beat Bivol?
I think the up and down with the weight is too much for Canelo. Canelo needs to, if he's going to fight at 175, he needs to give his body time to adapt to being at 175 pounds. I think in another year he could really contend with guys like Bivol and the rest of those guys up there, but he's got to give his body time to acclimate to the weight class.
Shawn, you mentioned kind of fighters losing and kind of going down the ladder. A fighter who recently lost, getting a chance again, Joshua versus Usyk, as one of the few guys that has a win over Usyk, in the amateurs. But how does the rematch play out now with Robert Garcia in Joshua's corner, and how did you beat Usyk in the amateurs? How'd that fight play out?
It was a boxing match, man. 4 2-minute rounds. We were fighting on the points, the computer point system. Most of you guys don't know much about that. I wouldn't even try to explain it right now, but
5 judges.
It was very close. It was like a 2-point spread or something like that. I mean, it was close, and I've said this multiple times. If I ever come across that video, man, first thing I'm gonna do is hit up Usyk, make sure he's okay with us putting it out, and try to figure out a way for us both to make money putting it out, because it's 4 2-minute rounds. It's quick. But I mean, there's greatness within it, man. I promise you. Trust me. Trust me. But to your point, I think that having Robert Garcia in the corner, I think it works because Joshua has to be offensive in this fight. I think if he's offensive and stays offensive, he beats Usyk. He's big and he's got some skill. I don't think he was able to implement his size along with the skill in that fight. You know, I think him trying to be skillful, he held back his offense. And obviously, in turn, wasn't able to use his size, you know. So I think that for him, they've all got to work together. He's got to be offensive. He can't be afraid to get hit. And then he's got to use his size, you know. I think that that's it.
Got to get that video, man.
Yeah.
Got to put it on the podcast, something. Thanks, Shawn.
Where was that fight? What
Thank
part
you.
of the world?
Chicago.
Okay. Yeah. We'll track it down for you.
I hope so.
What year was it?